Our self-esteem depends on how we see our qualities. If we are rich, tall, and healthy and think that these features are positive, our self-esteem will be high. If we are alone, poor, and sick, and think that these features are negative, our self-esteem will be low. People often think these values are fixed, but history shows they're not. Long ago, having fair skin was good because it meant a higher social status. Nowadays, being tan is seen as positive. This shows that what we value in ourselves can change. Values can shift when things are connected. If we link a bad quality with a good one, the bad one seems better. Marketing uses this idea with testimonials to make products look good. We want to do the same for our negative qualities that bring down our self-esteem. So, we made some videos pointing out common negative qualities. For each one, there's a list of people who share it. Knowing that we are not alone may help to render them less negative and more tolerable. Enjoy watching and learning. Gaius Julius Caesar, 100 BC 44 BC, was a populist Roman dictator, politician, military general, and historian who played a critical role in the events that brought to the demise of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire. He also wrote Latin prose. Caesar was assassinated by a group of senators on the Ides of March 15, in 44 BC, during a meeting of the Senate at the Teatro di Pompeo in Rome. Senators stabbed Caesar 23 times. The senators claimed to be acting out of fear that Caesar's unprecedented concentration of power during his dictatorship would lead to the dissolution of the Roman Republic. At least 60 senators participated in the conspiracy, led by Marco Giunio Bruto and Gaius Cassio Longino. Brutus was the dictator's brother-in-law, and when Caesar saw him, he would say, "Tu quoque, Brute, fili mai. You too, Brutus, my son." Jan Kubiš, 1913–1942, was a Czechoslovakian soldier belonging to a team of British-trained paratroopers on a mission to eliminate the Reichsbürger of Bohemia and Moravia. SS Obergruppenführer Reinhard Heydrich, Operation Anthropoid. On May 27, 1942, Kubiš and Gabčík managed to carry out the attack. Heydrich died on June 4 as a result of his injuries. On June 18, the hiding place of the attackers, a church in Prague, was surrounded by the Gestapo, which had received this information from a comrade of Kubiš, Karel Kurat. After a tough battle, Kubiš was wounded and died on the way to the hospital. In the crypt of the church there is now a plaque commemorating the Czech resistance and the assassination attempt on Reinhard Heydrich. Jesus of Nazareth was a first-century Jewish preacher and religious leader. He is the central figure of Christianity. Most Christians believe he is the incarnation of God, the Son, and the awaited Messiah, Christ, prophesied in the Old Testament. After the Last Supper, Jesus and his disciples go to the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus prays to be spared the imminent Calvary. Then Judas arrives with an armed crowd, sent by the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders. He kisses Jesus to identify him to the crowd, who then arrest Jesus. After Jesus' arrest, his disciples hide, and Peter, when questioned, denies knowing him 3 times, as predicted by Jesus himself. After the third denial, Peter hears the cock crow, remembers the prediction of Jesus, and weeps bitterly.
The Revenant is a 2015 film, directed, co-written and co-produced by Alejandro González Iñárritu. In 1823, Hugh Glass led Captain Andrew Henry's trappers through unknown territory. While Glass and his son Hawk are hunting, the expedition camp is attacked by the Arikara Indians. Later, Glass is attacked by a grizzly bear and is seriously injured. After the other members of the expedition leave, Fitzgerald attempts to suffocate Glass but is discovered by Hawk. Fitzgerald stabs Hawk to death while Glass assists helplessly. The next morning, Fitzgerald convinces Bridger, who is unaware of Hawk's murder, that the Arikara are closing in and that, in order to save themselves, they must abandon Glass.